Hello everyone and welcome back to this week's edition of Transfer Talk, the show where we take silly season and put it under the microscope. With plenty of stories to get stuck into, let's get straight into it. We kick off today's show with Arsenal, who have reportedly lowered their asking price for German shot stopper Bernd Leno, with newly promoted side Fulham said to be keen on securing the services of the player, according to the Evening Standard. The former Bayer Leverkusen man has decided to leave the Gunners, having lost out on his number one spot to Aaron Ramsey last season, following the signing of the Englishman from Sheffield United last summer. Up until now, Arsenal have been holding out for a fee in the region of £12 million for Leno. However, after Fulham began considering other options, the North London side lowered their demands as a means of coming to a solution with the want-away player. The Cottagers have made Leno their priority signing as they look to shore up their backline, ahead of their Premier League return in 22-23. Leno joined Arsenal in 2018 for £22 million from Bundesliga side Bayer Leverkusen. After 3 years, it looks as if the Gunners are set to make a loss of £14 million. However, the German is headed into the final year of his deal, which leaves them having to take a lowered fee or risk losing him for free next year. Arsenal fans, how do you reflect on Leno's time at the club, and are you disappointed to lose him for such a small fee? Let us know in the comments below. From one North London club to another, we switch over to Tottenham now, who have been linked with a move for Roma's Nicolo Zaniolo, if a report from Tuttosport is to be believed. Spurs have had quite a busy summer already, having already recruited 7 players. The club are said to have already been in contact with the Serie A outfit over the availability of the 23-year-old Italian. With Paulo Dybala having joined Roma from Juventus on a free, the club are said to be open to the idea of sales and would be willing to let go of Zaniolo should the right fee be offered. The Italian outfit have reported that it would cost Spurs in the region of £42 million to secure the services of the Italian international, who's been a regular for Jose Mourinho, having played in 42 games for the Giallorossi last term. However, Antonio Conte will face competition from Juventus in the pursuit of his signature, with Maximiliano Allegri said to be a big admirer of the player, who is also a boyhood Juventus fan. Will Spurs manage to secure another one of their targets, or will the player realise his childhood dream of playing for the Bianconeri? It looks as if the two sides are set to battle it out this summer. Heading over to Nottingham Forest now, who look set to secure another big signing. Having already secured Jesse Lingard, the promoted side have set their sights on former Arsenal player Aaron Ramsey, according to a report from The Sun. Yesterday, the news was broke that the Welshman was released from his contract with Serie A side Juventus, despite having spent last season on loan with Scottish outfit Rangers. The Italian side were desperate to offload the Welsh international, and it's rumoured £400,000 per week wages. With no plans to utilise him and Ramsey having made just 5 appearances for the old lady last season before heading to Glasgow, the Bianconeri were willing to terminate his contract, which has caught the attention of Forest, who according to the report are now the favourites to secure his signature. Forest could face competition from fellow Premier League side Everton, who are also said to be interested. Ramsey did also have an offer on the table from Turkish outfit Fatih Karagümrük, who are coached by a familiar face in Andrea Pirlo. However, the move was said to have fallen through for unknown reasons, despite the player having agreed to join them. Given the lack of suitors, it looks as if Steve Cooper's side could seal the deal with the player, which could prove to be a huge coup for the newly promoted side. Whilst his Juve move may not have been successful, his overall experience could prove to be a vital asset as they look to remain in the Premier League. Moving on, our next story takes us over to Leicester City, who are about to consider the future of club legend Kasper Schmeichel, according to a report from the Daily Mail. The Danish international has made over 500 appearances for the Foxes, is currently in the final year of his contract with the club, and so far there has been no talks of a renewal between the player and the 2016 Premier League champions. Whilst his quality is undeniable, should they really renew a player's contract who is set to turn 36 at the end of his current deal? However, they also only have Danny Ward currently on their books as their other keeping option. Having been made club captain last summer following the departure of Wes Morgan, moving on from Schmeichel will be no easy task, should they choose to cash in, especially given he has missed just 1 Premier League match in the last 4 seasons. Per the report, Liga outfit Nice are said to be preparing an official bid for the player, with Leicester willing to listen to offers for their captain. Given that Schmeichel has been at the club for 11 years, seeing them rise from relegation to Premier League champions, his departure could mark the end of an era at the King Power. With many of the names from that league triumph in 2015-16 having moved on, it could prove to be one of the stories of the summer. On to the next one now, which could prove to be a big one, with Sky Sports reporting that Juventus are considering move for Chelsea's Werner and Man United's Martial should their pursuit of Alvaro Morata fall through. The Bianconeri are said to be very interested in the services of the German forward, which has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. The Blues are said to be actively looking for a solution that could see Werner leave the club, with his name being discussed whilst they were in negotiations for then Juventus player Matthias de Ligt. However, the interest in the Chelsea striker did not stop there for Juve, who consider him as their priority option should they fail to secure the signing of Morata from Atletico Madrid, who had been on loan with the club for the past 2 seasons. Although the interest stretches beyond Werner, with the Serie A outfit also said to be making inquiries about the availability of Man United's Martial. The forward has been in good form during pre-season, regularly scoring for the Red Devils. This form has seen new manager Erik ten Hag deem him an important part of United's plans for the season. However, Juve have been interested in him for a while, having looked to move for him as recently as January. With Martial unlikely to be allowed to leave, if they can't sign Morata, Chelsea fans, we want to hear from you. What do you make of Timo Werner's time in West London, and will it be a shame to lose him? Let us know in the comments below. The Frankie de Jong to Man United saga has certainly been one of the longest transfer stories in recent years, with no end seemingly in sight. However, according to Calcio Mercato, the Red Devils could be looking to move on to an alternative target in the form of Sergej Milinkovic-savic. The Serbian international and United have often been linked together in recent years, with the club having said to be interested in his services as recently as last summer, which was reported by Italian outfit Corriere della Sera. Milinkovic-savic has long been seen as one of the top midfielders in Europe. Last term he registered 23 goal involvements in all competitions, a figure which would have ranked joint second alongside Bruno Fernandes in United's squad last campaign. Lazio is said to be expecting a bid in the region of £60 million for the midfielder, who has been at the club for the past 7 years, having joined from Genk in 2015. With United having lost a host of players on free transfers this summer, which included Paul Pogba, Erik ten Hag is looking to strengthen in the middle of the park. Whilst they've been hot in their pursuit of de Jong, the Dutchman's lack of commitment to the move seems to be forcing the Red Devils to look elsewhere. But what do you guys think at home? Is Milinkovic-savic the right alternative? Let us know in the comments section. On to our final story of the week, and it promises to be the most outlandish yet, with German journalist Christian Falk reporting that Chelsea are looking into the potential signing of Harry Kane. According to the report, the Blues have deemed the possibility of signing Kane as very interesting, although they feel that Spurs would only be willing to sell their star striker to a club outside of the Premier League. Whilst Kane was openly considering a move to Premier League rivals Man City last summer, it seems unlikely that he would contemplate the idea of moving to a cross-city competitor, especially given his long-standing history with current club Tottenham Hotspur. The Englishman has been openly positive about the current Spurs project under Antonio Conte, who's had a busy summer with 7 signings having already come through the door in North London. Kane is also said to be open to contract talks with the Lilywhites, according to a report from Football.London, with its current deal set to expire in 2024. With all that in mind, we'd be surprised if the Spurs captain were to depart for Stamford Bridge this summer, so we'll put this one down to paper talk. So guys, that was transfer talk for another week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I can't see Harry Kane joining Chelsea, surely not. But what do you guys make of the other stories? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, why don't you subscribe to Football Daily for more great football content, and I'll catch you next time.